reason I'm here is because they invited me. How about that? You know, and I mean, to get invited back is amazing, really. I very rarely get invited back anyway. So, because I normally block my copybook on first run, you know. No, I'm delighted to be invited back here. There is, I mean, look, when in the presidential campaign, Trump made a couple of speeches in which he said this was a movement, and he's absolutely right. You know, the people that got involved with Brexit, the people that got involved with the election of Trump, the people involved with the burgeoning Eurosceptic movements right across the continent. I mean, not in your country, because you were too grown up and sensible to join in the first place. but you know, it is actually a movement. And when I come here, you know, I might be a foreigner, and one or two of them here might resent me for 1776, but not too many of them.
Are you more listening or you happy to deliver?
No, well, it's both, you know. But I particularly want to come here to say to Americans, you know, through the opportunities that CPAC gives me, please don't judge my country by the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, and the extreme left. You know, Trump went to France on Bastille Day with the French president, with whose views he's diametrically opposed, and yet Trump was treated very well. He's been very polite back in return to Macron, and that's how grown-up politics ought to operate. The fact the American president, who had a Scottish mother, has not yet been to London because the far left are threatening to put on the biggest demonstration in history, I think gives a very bad impression of my country here in America. I sort of say, please don't judge us by Sadiq Khan.
Well, Theresa May was here, so that is a kind of exchange. But things with Brexit are not looking so good as they were supposed to be. I mean, right now, you know, the negotiations are very hard. So what's your message if someone from the US said, hey guys, you were promoting this, but it's not going so well so far?
I think the impression I get in America is a lot of Americans are bewildered by the Brexit process.
Do they know really what's happening there?
No, do we know what's happening? I mean, that's really the question, isn't it? You know, I mean, look, we've got to... I haven't come to America to talk against my country, of course, but our political class in Westminster haven't yet caught up with public opinion, haven't yet really understood what the vote was all about, and Brexit is proceeding painfully slowly. And that's led to frustrations in America, because there are a lot of Americans who want us to crack on with a trade deal. Do you know what? We speak the same language. We have common law. We are the biggest investors in America. America's the biggest investors in Britain. We've got a lot going between us, but a lot of bureaucracy, which actually does act as a stumbling block to trade between our countries. We've got to sit around the table and start talking about this. And the other message I'll give here at CPAC is, please don't give up on us. We are going to get there at some point in time. And when we do finally get Brexit, the Atlantic is going to get a whole lot narrower.
One question about why you withdraw from UK. I mean, you had a role, and now you're criticizing your political class, and you like your...
Well, I'm still... No. I'm still in the European Parliament. I'm still leading a group in the European Parliament. You know, I'm there...
I'm talking in your country, sir.
I can't do everything, can I? I mean, you know, so I'm there in the European Parliament. I mean, in Britain at the moment, I'm more of a commentator than I am a main player. But we won the referendum. It struck me that I'd probably, after 25 years of fighting for it, deserve just a little bit of a step back. I'm watching what's going on. If Brexit happens, I'll be a happy man, because I will have helped to change the course of history in my country. If they make a mess of Brexit and they drop the ball, then I tell you what, I'll be back, and next time, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Woo! At one point is... Anyway, I mean, it's tough. We know it's complex because maybe people from here, they don't realize how complex it is because the relation is complex in itself and maybe too much bureaucracy. You know, there's a question of money discussed. There's a deadline 2020. There's UK driver license might be not recognized. This is a game. This is a game. I know this is a game. I know this is a game.
I know these people behave like third world dictators.
I know.
But ultimately, do you know what? Whatever threats these thugs in Brussels make, ultimately, this comes down to business. People will buy a motor car from Germany if they like the motor car. They won't not buy a motor car from Germany because we had a bad Brexit. The market's the market. This will also...
But the price will be different.
Well...
If you're buying a Mercedes or
yes.
BMW.
So if they don't want a free trade deal with us, then all of their goods will become more expensive in Britain and will be £13 billion a year better off on tariffs. Their choice.
Woo.
Their choice. Crazy, isn't it? You know, we are the ones actually saying, do you know what, guys? We are your most important export market of the world, and as far as we're concerned, you can continue. We are looking for a common sense deal with Europe. They don't want it because they know that if the UK is seen to have got a good Brexit deal, the whole European Union will crumble. So they are actually doing something politically to keep Brussels together despite the fact it's against the interests of French winemakers, of German car makers and Belgian chocolate makers. All right, we're done.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.